irritated by it. The shelves and displays had all been empty that day, and upstairs heavy footsteps had dragged heavier furniture.
"You're leaving?"
"It will happen soon," he'd said, chewing the thin lips on his lean face, so wrong for a baker who really ought to be fat, adding,
"I'm going to Lvov. I'm not sticking around." "But my rolls and doughnuts," she had replied.
The baker had rolled his thin lips in and out, then leaned in so she could smell the ginger on his breath.
"You are crazy," he whispered. "You should get out of Krakow. You and all your set."
He nodded slowly as though passing on a secret code.
"What a lot of hysteria," she said.
She lowered her voice.
"I'm not some poor Jew in Germany. And so what about my pastries? Am I to starve because of your paranoia?"
The baker shrugged, dismissing her, and she swept out past a group of poorer women who had caught the idea of war in the room and were worrying about it. Only a week or so later, Janina thought the word war had become so familiar it had lost its sting, until the radio spoke it, and she could have folded in on herself like an earwig in terror. Now she tried to ignore the crowd, who were muttering phrases that frightened her. A woman holding a boy's hand, wearing an ugly green shawl, was saying to an old man,
"But we have surrendered, haven't we? The radio."
And as she passed a couple pulling suitcases, the woman's hair all in disarray, pins sticking out like a sewing cushion doll, Janina heard the man muttering,
"They say the army is decimated, just utterly decimated."
As she hurried down Bernadyska, Janina yelped as people brushed against her, even jostled her without apology, crushing the fur on the edge of her coat. She heard snatches of conversations that made her head pound. They became a rhythm with her feet on the pavement.
"No, it is a matter of days. It is a matter of hours. It is now. We must leave. We must leave."
By the time she reached the Oderfeldt apartment, shameful sweat coated her lower back and her temples. Janina rang 3 times, holding the bell longer than was polite, before a servant finally came. It wasn't one she remembered, but the girl did an awkward little bob, flustered, and said, "Oh, another one. Are you come to see from the windows too? They are all upstairs." And then she ran off before Janina could reply. She was left to walk up the stairs alone, and the strangeness of it made her feel shy. No servant to announce her, no invitation. But then nothing was as it should be these days. She was reassured by the gleam of the banister and the thickness of the rug she could feel through her boots. From the main drawing room came muffled sounds of voices, sounding quite relaxed. She determined to dismiss the servant's alarm and find comfort in her kind of sensible people. Entering the room, Janina noticed first the elegant buttoned back of Anna Oderfeldt's dress. She smoothed down her own coat, feeling dowdy as always in comparison to Anna. Along the windows, a row of backs, scarves obscuring hair and faces, hats on inside, people craning and on tiptoe. A drone of low, shaking voices. The Oderfeldt daughters were there, Alicia with her face pressed to the glass, her hands splayed out, smudging the pane. She always behaved like a baby, this one. She must be 13 or so now, but indulged into endless infancy. Her older sister, Karolina, paced, wearing boots inside. She looked purposeful, grown up, as though she were to announce a plan soon. Perhaps they were about to leave. Janina tried to catch Karolina's eye, but she was unseeing, moving her lips a little as though rehearsing a speech, or praying. Unsure what to do, Janina cleared her throat quietly, then loudly. Adam Oderfeldt turned and gave her a tight-lipped smile.
"Ah, another neighbour come for the view. Come, Mrs. Cardas, Janina."
She smiled her approval. At least Adam was behaving like